Build your own dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs. Or better yet, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you, crush your soul, pay you $12 an hour, and hire you to build their dream out. I saw this very quote. I saw this quote making $12 per hour. I wasn't even making minimum wage nor hitting my rent amount. And it gets worse. This person who had hired me was making over $30,000 a month with his business. Here I was working myself to death, making their business more successful and putting money in their pocket while I am going to bed exhausted and not even making enough to cover my rent. It does get worse. Now, this person would tell me that they had work for me on holidays. Typically, I would take holidays off, but hey, when you're not meeting rent, what are you going to do? All right. So I'd log on for work on those holidays, right? I'd wake up, I'd have breakfast, I'd brush my teeth, and I would hop on, ready to go, ready to work. Then they would show up 2 or 3 hours later and say things like, sorry, I had to spend time with the family. There's no work today. Understandingly, I would be super upset. Now, this became a pattern. It happened over not 1 or 2 holidays, it happened over 3 holidays. And I felt like I wasn't in the position to bring this up to this person at the time because, hey, this hand was feeding me, albeit not very well. And yes, I agreed to take this job at $12 an hour. And to be fair, this was like over 10 years ago or about 10 years ago. I agreed to take this job because I was told that there's just so much room to grow. Of course, when you look at the lifestyle, the house, the yard, I also had a lot of things to learn. So I went for this opportunity and I was super excited in the first month or two until I realized what I had gotten myself into. Close to a year later, I started building my own client base on the side over the weekends. And eventually there came time where I was able to pay my own rent and save a little bit of money from the income I was being paid at 12 bucks an hour at this main job I had for this person. But in my heart of hearts, I knew it was time to let that job go. I was going to bed mentally and physically exhausted, even though I was grateful for having built a base of clients. There was no way I could keep up with both. And there was a lot more opportunity with my client base. And so far, I hadn't even gotten a dollar raise helping this person grow their business. Like, literally, the position I had, I was doing so much work for them. And I know for a fact that it was having a direct impact on their business. I knew I had to let this go. And yet, for some reason, I was afraid. Logic dictated that I could do well on my own, and yet I wanted to be it's like the brain gets stuck on things. It wanted that guaranteed income, apparently at the cost of my mental and physical health. And that's no good. One day, I logged on to work, I built up my courage, and told this person I was quitting. I'll save you the drama. But apparently, my instinct was correct. Things got a bit ugly. They were angry. And this went on for a couple weeks. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was stressful, even though they were nothing more than somebody who had hired me. They were nothing more than that. They came back with the offer of increasing my pay. And after seeing how ugly things got, the temper they had, and also knowing that for a full year, while they were raking it in, frankly, and they didn't even offer me a dollar raise at $13 an hour or 14 on their own, I knew I didn't want to keep working for someone else when I could build my own dream business. Eventually, this faded. I grew my own agency. I grew my own businesses. The leap of faith was scary, but it really did pay off. Now, a year or two down the road, they wanted to hire me for a skill that I'm very well paid for. All right. but yet they didn't want to pay me. They wanted a partnership. Like, you guys, if you are a business owner, do not do this to people. They wanted to work with me, but without paying me. And honestly, it was like the biggest turnoff in the world when I had others paying me thousands of dollars for the same service. Not shockingly, I said no. And I've never looked back. Every job on your journey in entrepreneurship should level you up for your future and never to return to it. Unless you're going through hard times, it can happen where your entrepreneurial journey can be a little bit of this up and down in the beginning. But for the most part, each job will teach you an invaluable lesson and you take it with you. And this job, you know, it had a couple of different lessons for me. All right. Is that even if you end up with a crappy job, never stop working on your dreams. Never fucking stop working on your dreams. All right. And I wanted to share this quote with you because it is extremely true. Build your own dreams, or someone will hire you for shit pay and have you help them build their own dreams. It happens every fucking day. And you might be going through it right now. Anyways, the moral of the story is to build your own dreams for the long term. That's all I have for you today. If you like the video, please hit like. And if you have a comment, if you've been through the situation or whatever, or hey, maybe you're an entrepreneur, say hi in the comments below.